December 3, the big development here is, as we mentioned, Jeff Jarrett defends the NWA World Heavyweight Championship against the alpha male Monty Brown.
Yeah, I think this was alright. I liked some certain parts of it. Mm-hmm. I like that they tried to give Monty an out.
Yeah, Abyss attacked him earlier in the show, hit him with a plank.
I think, listen, you probably don't want to end Jarrett's reign on a TV, but I think they would have maybe gained some hype if Monty had won this, and like they had the three-way, they had a singles for the title with Monty and Abyss, and then they had the main event with the tags, Six Sides of Steel. I think that's a slightly more interesting version of the show that we got.
Even if you're Dusty, coming out on your first TV taping, basically, as a booker, it's like, let's do something that, like, that's a statement of intent. We're going to get behind Monty Brown.
But there's no way Jarrett agrees.
That's the problem. Jarrett's still in the room, Jarrett's still a voice, and Jarrett's still probably not willing to put over Monty because they keep insisting he's not ready, even though everything you see from him tells you he's ready.
And even like what is ready for this company.
Yeah, at the level he needs to perform at for an NWA World title match in this company, he is more than there right now. They have this match where he looks more than there right now. Monsters Ball, more than there. Hardy matches, more than there. Raven matches, more than there. He's the guy. This idea that Monty wasn't ready for this title in November, December, January 2004, 2005, it's just complete and utter nonsense. He absolutely was. They just fucking bottled it.
Do you think it's a nonsense excuse, or do you think that, like, perhaps because it's the NWA title, they're trying to, like, hold it to some standard? I'm not saying I agree with that. I'm just throwing it out as a devil's advocate thing.
I don't think. Like, if you can't say we can put the belt on Monty Brown, then you just keep the fucking thing on Jarrett forever, you know? If you're like, Monty's not good enough to hold this esteemed belt, then just leave it on Jarrett. Who gives a shit anymore?
Yeah. Also, maybe, like, just, it's your belt. Just do the TNA title. What are we doing? We're not NWA-TNA anymore.
Like, they don't need a committee vote anymore. Like, they have control of the NWA title.
Yeah.
They make unilateral decisions about who wins this belt. Just put it fucking on Monty. And I'm fine with Monty losing here, because Jarrett retains the belt. But we may be less fine when we talk about Monty in our next episode.
I think I'm gonna be pro Jarrett. I think I'm just feeling that.
So Monty's ribs were taped from Abyss's attack. TNA tells us that they're sticking with this match until the very end. The classic Tony Khan gimmick where it's like, we're gonna stay live no matter what, even though the match ends within the hour anyway.
I mean, I like it.
It does sell importance. Even like when Monty was coming out, Mike TNA was explaining that like Monty didn't have posters of football players on his wall. He had posters of wrestlers. It's like he may have played in 2 Super Bowls, but this is his dream.
I like, we got another, like, old school wrestling ism from Mike TNA as well, where he's like, tape machines are rolling.
Yeah, the classic tape machines. We don't have tape machines anymore, but they're still rolling.
The digital tape machines are rolling.
There's a bunch of, like, little, like, when Chris Sabin hit a pile driver on Petey Williams at Turning Point, Mike TNA shouted that it's a regulation pile driver, and just something about that gave me a chuckle.
Especially since he did, like, a weird, like, facebuster powerbomb before it.
Yeah.
Was that regulation as well?
Jarrett hit Monty with a guitar, but Monty didn't even go down. Then Monty kicked out of the stroke. Hall came out. He fought off Hall. He hit a pounce on Hall, pounced Jarrett, but Jarrett followed with chair shots to retain. Styles and Hardy were shown laid out. Savage checked on them, as that's our go-home show. As a car approached Savage in the distance. There was no payoff to what that car was or what it was doing.
It was him leaving.
It was eventually the one that like kidnapped him, but
it was his Uber.
He's just like, oh, you guys are laid out, but I gotta go home.
Maybe it was DDP.
So Jarrett retains the NWA World Heavyweight title over the Alpha Male. Earlier in the show, Hall and Nash were in the ring. Hall says they're taking Savage, Styles, and Hardy to school. The crowd starts chanting boring, so Nash starts singing instead.
He's like, yeah, oh, you don't want to hear me talk? Maybe you want to hear me sing?
And then he gets out of the ring and he takes like a slight fall on the apron. And it's like, that was nearly a bump. You nearly got a bump for free.
God, he's the best.
And then they hijacked a camera for no reason. I guess they were the ones. No, because Savage was there, so they wouldn't have been the ones filming the attack. So they just took the camera for no reason, I guess.
Because they're taking over.